What is going on, guys? Unlimited Copy here, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up Project Destroyer. I guess this is kind of becoming a little mini series on my channel where I'm going through like showing you guys the bot and how to set up and everything. So I already made a video on Eve. I'll leave that link down in the description below if you want to check that out. Let me know what bot you guys want to see next down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for all the recent support. We're about to hit 1.3 thousand subscribers, which is pretty crazy. If you guys have not already, please definitely consider subscribing. I'm pumping out content every week, hoping you guys cop shoes, and I'm also doing live cops every release, so why not subscribe? Anyways, guys, now that we got all that out of the way, let's hop right into the video. Alright guys, so as you can see now, we're on my computer. We're on the Project Destroyer dashboard, yeah. So let's run through this really quick. So as you can see up here, we have this little bell icon. This is just going to be the updates. If you click on it, it'll show you a little change log of what they've done. Next up, we have this sort of like refresh arrow thingy. This is going to be your CAPTCHA solver. As you can see here, you can have up to 5, but if you are going to be running more than one, you will need proxies. You can run one like on your local IP, so if you're running one, you can just set that, like you don't need proxies for that one. And then for like 2, 3, 4, or 5, you're going to have to run proxies for each one, if that makes sense. Next up, we have this sort of like speaker icon thing. This is just going to mute and unmute Project Destroyer. And then as you can see here, guys, we have the deactivate button, which is just going to take it off your computer. Then obviously the minimize and close button. Now the dashboard is pretty simple, and I really like it, honestly. It's pretty clean. As you can see here, we have the start all, the stop all, and the clear. And then down here in the left hand corner, we have your delays, which is pretty nice that they're on this page actually, because most bots you have to go to like the settings tab and change them from there. It makes it pretty easy that they're on this page. Moving on to the new task section, as you can see up here, you can search for the site you would want. They have a wide range of stores, and that's really a plus for PD, honestly. As you can see here, we have the Shopify, we have Backdoor, we have BSTN, we have the foot sites. They just have a ton of stores, which is definitely one of the main reasons I recommend Project Destroyer for being one of your first bots, just because it covers pretty much every site you would need. Next up, we have URL, keywords, or variants. It's pretty much standard throughout any bot. Obviously, if you're using keywords, you'd click keywords. If you're using variants, you click variants. And if you're using URL, you would just use URL. As you can see here, you put your keywords, your URL, and variants in. And if you are running a custom site, you just put the link in right there. And then if it requires an account, you just put that in right there. I know I keep saying to put that in right there, but like you can see my screen, so like it kind of makes sense. And then obviously they have the checkout delay. Usually for a Shopify site, I wouldn't use a checkout delay, but if you are running Supreme, I'd probably keep it somewhere around 3000 milliseconds. And then right here we have the style box. Basically, this is going to be what colorway you want. So if you're running Supreme, you just put like plus red, plus black, whichever colorway you like. And then you can obviously pick the category right here. This looks like it's for Supreme at the moment, but you can change it for whichever site you would want. As you can see, guys, if you change it to a Shopify site, some of the settings are going to change, but for the most part, it's just going to be the same stuff. Then as you can see this box right here, we have the advanced mode, the safe mode, and the lightning mode. Personally, guys, I'd probably split all your tasks up into thirds, if that makes sense. So like 1/3 of your task would be advanced, 1/3 safe, and the other third lightning, just to be safe. I'm not 100% sure on the difference on these. I will leave some docs down below so you guys can check out Project Destroyer and read up for yourself. Then right here we have the proxy box. If you want to run a certain proxy for this task, then most of the time you'll probably want to have CAPTCHA. If you are running a site like Undefeated, obviously you'll want an account. And then we have price range here, which basically all this is going to do is you can set like 2 parameters. Like let's say you have a shoe that's cost $120, you can set the parameters to 100 and 150. And since the shoe is $120 retail, it'll pick it up. But let's say if some site messes up or something and the shoe is $170 on that site, it's not going to pick up that shoe. Basically, this is kind of like insurance so you don't pick up the wrong product. You can do the same thing here with sizes. And if you'd like to do custom delays, you can set that right here. Moving over to the right side of the screen, we have the finalize box. This is going to be a size that you would like, the profile you want to run, and if you're going to schedule your task. And then obviously you can set how many tasks you want to make right here. Moving on to profiles, this is pretty standard, guys. There's not too much to it. You're just going to put in all your information and click the save button. Now I would recommend jigging your address. If you want to ship multiple shoes to the same address, you'll definitely want to have this box checked. I made a video on this. I'll link it down in the description below so you guys can check it out. And then on the payment information, you can see we have the one checkout per site. I would probably recommend having this clicked unless you're running like a foot site or a site that doesn't really matter if you check out multiples. But if this is a Shopify site like Kith or Undefeated, I would definitely recommend having this checked just so you don't get cancels. Moving on to the profile information, as you can see here, we have the dot trick and the jig phone number. What the dot trick is going to do is put like dots in your email, kind of like this, just so Shopify doesn't recognize it's the same email address and automatically cancel your order. And then for jigging the phone number, all this is going to do is change the last digits of your phone number, just so they don't have the same phone number for every order. Now, a cool feature that Project Destroyer recently added in the 3.0 update, they now allow you to make a proxy group. As you can see here, you can name your proxy group and input your proxies. So let's say you want to have two different groups for residential and data center. You can have one group named data center and have the other one named residential and keep them separate. It's a really cool and handy feature, and I'm glad they implemented it. This is pretty standard, and most of you guys should know how to use this. You just input your proxies right here, and you can run a test for each site. And then let's say the proxies fail or something and the proxies aren't working, you can clear the failed ones out and only leave the good ones. I don't know if I said like how to do that, but you just click the clear fail button and that'll take out all the bad proxies. Moving on to the settings tab, as you can see here we have the Discord and Slack webhooks. Basically what this is going to do is allow you to send a webhook to your Discord or your Slack. So let's say you check out a product, it'll automatically send a notification there to let you guys know you checked out. And for the default theme, I probably wouldn't worry about it, guys. All it does is change up the UI just so it looks a little bit different. It doesn't actually change anything about the bot. As you can see here, we have your default error and monitor delays. Then we have the enable Slack, enable Discord, the auto click, the smart monitor, and the proxies with PayPal. What the auto click is going to do is it'll auto click your one-click captchas. I would definitely recommend having this on just so it clicks them as fast as they load. I want to be 100% honest, guys. I don't actually know what the smart monitor does. I would imagine it monitors the product without getting banned or something to that effect. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said before, I'll leave some docs down in the description below if you guys want to read up on PD. Then right here we have the test webhook, the time, and the log out of all Gmails. You can test your webhooks, make sure they work. If you click on time, it's just going to show you the exact time. And then for the log out of all Gmails, it's just going to log out of all your Gmail accounts for the captcha solver. Moving on to the quick task settings. As you can see here, we have the default mode. I'd probably leave it on advanced. You can run 50-50 mode, which will basically just split your task 50-50 between advanced and safe. That would probably be the best thing to do in my opinion. You have the default account, you can set that right there. And then you can set the sizes obviously right here and the profile you want to use. For the Supreme checkout delay, I would probably recommend leaving it at 3500. If you would like, you can maybe bump it down to 3000 milliseconds, but it's pretty much just your personal preference. Moving on to the stats page, all this is going to do is kind of just show you your checkouts and your fails. As you can see here, I don't have any checkouts or fails. I don't run Project Destroyer on this computer. I run it on my servers, so I don't have anything here yet. Moving on to the shop, honestly guys, I'm not too sure about this. This is something they introduced in 3.0. I'm sure there's going to be some really cool features coming out on this, but I don't think it's actually going to like change the way the bot works. It'll probably just change the UI. So now that you guys kind of understand the UI of Project Destroyer, let's move on to how to make a task for Shopify and Supreme. Alright guys, so I'm going to start out with the Shopify and then we'll move into Supreme. So as you can see here, I'm going to be setting up for Kith. Most of the time I do have the early links thanks to Unlimited Cook. If you're not in Unlimited Cook and want to join, it's my premier sneaker group. I'll put a link down in the description below. We have our early links and everything you need to cook. So I will just put the early link in right there, set the quantity to 1. Most of the time I don't use price range or size range pretty much. So I'm just going to untick those. And like I said before, I would probably like split up my tasks into thirds. 1/3 for advanced, 1/3 for lightning, and 1/3 for safe. I wouldn't worry about the proxies because I'm just going to implement all those up here at the top. And then for a Shopify site, I would leave my delays at 1000. I would click the size I want and click on the profile. Most of the time I don't schedule my task just because I'm home, so I don't have to worry about that. Now that's pretty much it guys if you want to make a Shopify task. Let's move on to Supreme. So you are going to want to use keywords for Supreme obviously. You'll just put your keywords in right here. Set the quantity to 1, and then put the color you would like. Now most of the time I actually don't use the new category just because I think it's a little bit riskier. So let's say I'm just going for like a shirt, I would just click on the shirt tab, and that would be it. Now like I said before, like splitting up my task into thirds, I would definitely recommend splitting your task up for Supreme also. I think mobile API is probably the best and the safest, so you might want to run half your tasks like that, and then split up the rest with mobile API, mobile 2, and the desktop category. And for Supreme, I usually run my delays somewhere between 250 to 500 milliseconds. Like I said before, I'm not going to worry about proxies here, and make sure you have CAPTCHA clicked. You can run cart bypass if you would like. Personally, I don't really use it, but if you would like to, you can. Then you set the size you want in your profile obviously, and hit create task. Now it's as simple as that guys. Use Project Destroyer. If I did help you guys out in any way, please make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for more content. And if you have any questions that I did not answer in this video, please leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And definitely check out my sneaker group link down in the description below. It provides you guys with a lot of information to help you guys cook. And if you are new to the sneaker game, definitely check us out. We'll help you find your first bot and help you get started. And like I said before guys, let me know what bot you guys want to see next down in the description below. That's pretty much it guys. I'm Unlimited Cop, and I'm out.
Yeah, I run my city without running shoes. You ain't gotta wonder who. All these rappers sound the same. Damn, there is a ton of you. I just smirked the competition, did it right in front of you. Before I even learned to count, I kept it 100 too. I be on my Kendrick shit, really bout to humble you. Never ever drop the ball, no, I never fumbled.